Hey guys, today I want to show you, I got a Hobie Passport. This is the 12R. We got a 10.5 over there. It's the same setup as this one, but the steering, you have this rod right here. And I just wanted to show you guys, I looked around, I didn't see many videos, so I want to show you how I do it. But basically, if you start turning this handle, there's a little piece that, and I'll show everything in the end, that connects that rod to this. If that pops off, I'm going to show you how to kind of get that back together and what you got to do. It is going to involve popping, there's a sticker that goes over this, popping that's off. You're gonna need a Phillips for that. Phillips for this rod holder. This has to come out as well. And then back here, you can just hand tighten this. The one thing I recommend, hand tighten it, loosen it, but do not pull this rod all the way out. And I'll kind of show you once I get everything taken apart. But I'm gonna, once again, I'm gonna take this apart first. Then I'm gonna put Phillips head, pop that off, and I'll show you guys that in a second. All right, so once you get the sticker off, you're gonna take your Phillips, set it in there. You're just gonna turn it. It should not be very tight. Just keep turning it until that thing pops out. Once it's out, snug up, and this is what you're gonna see on there. It's a little four-way. The base of this is also the same. We're gonna end up pushing this straight down. Pieces are gonna fall in there. But next, the big thing we wanna do is get this rod holder off, right? So same thing, underneath this rod holder, it's gonna have a gasket. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Try not to tear it, try not to mess it up. But there is one very important thing I wanna show you on this rod holder. So we got these bolts loose. All right, so that rod, that steering rod is going to be connected to, see if I can get a picture of it, to this rod holder. That just pops out. If you can get your hand down in there, push that rod down, boom, pops right out. If yours pops off, it's probably not connected. The only reason I am pulling mine back out is because it disconnected. I fixed it, and I also bought some epoxy that I'm gonna put on there to make sure that it does not pop out again. So as you can see, I reached down, I grabbed this, and basically I'm gonna keep shimmying this back until I can get this piece I want out. So shimmying it back. Okay, now I'm coming up. This is the part that pops out. I'll kind of show you. As you can see, it's just slowly going out the back. I'm gonna keep working. Oh, dropped it. That might be a problem for a second. So if you drop it, you may have to run this line back forward just a little bit, just so you can get that line back there where you can hook it again. My filming with the other hand, probably not the best idea. Shoving it back. All right, to that black piece. I'm just trying, there's a little swivel on it, pulling that swivel back. And then as you get to the end of it, that center piece, right? You can see that little star, put it in an angle, pops right up to there. There's that swivel. Just want to set that back up here. Get that twisted up maybe a little bit. Cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you how to get this piece, so it's for your steering right over here. If you have a problem with your Hobie, this is a Passport, 10.5 and the 12, same steering. It's got this rod. So basically this will pop out. I reset mine back in. You can epoxy it, you can glue it. I pushed mine in as hard as I could. It is super tight. I mean, I yanked on this thing and cannot get it back off. So if it does pop off again, I'll probably epoxy it. So now I'm gonna show you how to fish these threads right back out from this hole right here. Super complicated looking, it's actually very easy. So watch this. So I'm gonna slide this back in. All right, rotate it around. All right, then I'm gonna just drop it. So then I'm gonna come back here to the back of the kayak, and I'm gonna feed this line back in around to about where I had it set at. So I was somewhere right around here, about that length, I think a little less. But what I'm gonna do now is, if you look down into this hole, you can see the rod is there. I'm gonna take this little pick, I'm gonna fish it, I'm gonna hook that rod, pull it up, And then basically once I pull that up, I'm gonna just move that around until I can get the holes to pretty much line up. Once I get that, I'm gonna take this screw, hand thread it in, and pop that piece back up. I'll show you that now. So if you stay watching this hole right here, I'm gonna reach down in here. So if you look right here, I fished it out. I've got this in my hand. I'm basically moving it around. You can hear it hitting around here. And I'm just gonna keep working this until I see it pop up in that hole. You might have to twist it. I can see it's right there. It looks like it might be twisted. All right, it's twisted a little. I'm twisting a little bit more. I'm gonna have to use 2 hands to twist. Boom. Get down in there and take a look at that. All right, so there it is. Back up, come look at my hands. All right, my hand's in there. I'm looking at this. So come back over here and look at this hole. My son is filming, so please forgive me. All right, so you can see there's the threads. I've got that screw in my hand. I'm gonna, well, if you drop it in there, now you gotta go fish it back out. All right, guys, so look down at this hole right here. I've got my piece here. You know, I've tried to put this in before. It fell out. You just work this. If you look at my hand back here, I'm working this rod back and forth, trying to wiggle it just to give it some tension right here. So I'm gonna hold this here, right? I'm gonna get it as best as I can. Once I get it set, I'm gonna try to get just a little bite with this screw. I don't need much. I'm just hand tightening that screw, hand tighten it. All right, now I've got a little bit on that screw. I can take that screw and look, pull it straight up so come at an angle. I just grabbed that screw, pulled it straight up. If you do what I did last time, you drop the screw inside the kayak, you'll just have to go through your hatch and grab it. It's not gonna go anywhere, but boom. So once you have this here, pull up on it pretty good. I'm gonna hand tighten a little bit more, make sure that this is secure. And then once that's secure, I'm gonna slowly take that screw back up. Okay, all right, so once you get this piece up, like I said, I used this screw to get it up. You're gonna take your handle, and basically your handle has the same pattern on it. You're gonna have to match that up lightly, but I do recommend putting this screw right through, so you can see there it has a little bit of hangover. Get that screw on so it does not fall back through. If it falls back through, you just gotta restart all over again. And then once we get it in, I'll kind of show you what I wanna do from there. So, I'm gonna take my Phillips head screwdriver, lightly start screwing that in. I don't even care if this is set properly. I just wanna make sure that that bottom piece doesn't fall back in. So, as you can see, it actually did fall through a little bit. Not a big deal. I pull back up on the handle, my screw is set, and I just keep kind of torquing it down just a little bit. Come down at this angle, you can see I've still got all this slop. That's okay. I'm not 100% bent on getting that out. So now what I want to do is turn my handle, right, to see. So looking at this, I know that my handle here should not be this far. And it should be maxed out on this side a little bit further. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it out, take this back off, pick that handle up and rotate it. And then once I get a good feel for it, we're gonna go to the back of the kayak and take a look at what's going on there. So I'm just gonna lightly unscrew this. You don't wanna push down or that piece will fall right back through. And if it falls through, like it just did, we're just gonna fish it out again. But once again, knowing that we have to do that. So once again, Logan, if you wanna show them the hole right there. So if you look right here, took this, you know, you're probably gonna have to do this a few times. It's not gonna be first try. If you do get it first try, you're better than me. So watch that hole. Once again, I'm gonna grab this rod. I'm gonna move that rod back and forth. There it is. I'm gonna take my screw and I'm gonna put that screw hand tight right back into that hole. Not pushing down, hand tight. Got it back up, as you can see there. All right, I'm gonna take it back off. Remember, originally I wanted to kind of move my handle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this handle as far over this way. Okay. So now what I want to do, I've got my handle turned. Got it turned. You know, it really doesn't matter what I do here, but right here, it's going to be all the way to the right. Now I want to come back here. If I'm turning all the way to the right, I need to turn my rudder all the way over to where it would be going to the right. It's going to be somewhere right around here. What I want to do is then set this cable. I mean, that's probably where I want to be. Once you get it, it's going to take a little bit of testing. As I rotate it this way, that's about where it should be, right? So I'm just kind of playing with that. As you can hear that slop, we're going to fix that. So now I'm going to pull back up on this handle, right? It does not have a bite. I need to find, basically what I'm going to do now, I can pick that handle up, I can turn it anywhere I want. I want to get this rudder over as far as I can in one direction. So right here, it is as far to the right as it can be. If you had the handle over to your right, your rudder would turn this way to turn you right. So now we're going to come down, and I'm going to try to set that rudder as far over. So I pulled up on it, right, to secure that piece back in. That's as far as I can get it right there. So now I'm going to tighten that back down. It doesn't need to be crazy. It can, obviously you want to get it snug, but you don't need to wrench down on it. Last thing you want to do is strip that out. You strip that out, you're going to have a lot more problems, getting parts and pieces. So, all right. So I just got it snug. Now I just want to play with it and see what I got going on in the rear. So one problem I noticed already is my handle's kind of bottoming out and my rudder is not. So if you look, I'm moving my rudder back and forth. Rudder's not quite moving. So if you could film watching this piece right here. Okay, same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this out a bit further. And I'm going to take this back off, not all the way. You're just going to loosen it just enough to pick this handle up off of those 4 fins that are on the bottom part of it. All right, so a little bit more. Little bit more. And then I'm going to rotate it until it falls back down. Right there, it falls back down. Lost my screwdriver. Tighten this back down. Make sure you keep pulling up on it. Try not to apply a lot of downward pressure. All right, so now that we've done that, you can see your rudder here, right? It's moving. You can loosen that a little bit if it's too tight, but what I want to show you is I'm going to just keep working it back and forth. And now if you look at the rudder, it's moving and it's moving, right? That's about the max range. So that's hard over to starboard. it's hard over. You can maybe get a little slop out of that. You can make up for some of that here. I don't know if you can see in there very well. You can't. I'm probably stopped about right here. If yours is longer, it depends on your boat. You may have to adjust that a little bit, or if you want a shorter range, you can tighten that up and your kayak won't turn as far. The same thing, I'm gonna rotate this completely the other way. Okay, so it doesn't want to do it, but this is why I'll show you. It's just because this needs to be secured in that rod holder. So right here, I'm gonna turn it hard over to port, all the way out to port. We're gonna come back here, hard over. It's gonna kick that stern around. It's gonna take you to port. So that's how that is done, right? So now that we've got this assembled, remember the keys are, once to do the whole thing, you're gonna pop this off, take it out, slide it back. If it's disconnected from this piece is the part underneath is just gonna fall straight down. You have to go through your scupper, grab it, pull it out. Then your rod, you're gonna slide it back. Use something like a pick. I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people have cooler things that they can get in here. Kid's hands, he can probably fit his hand in there, but I'm gonna just hook this, pull it straight up, right? Once you get that out, you can put those pieces back together, epoxy them together, let it dry, whatever you need to do to feel comfortable. Then you're gonna place it back through that hole, using this, fishing it back out, running it back down, balancing it, finding it, putting that screw in, popping it up, and then figuring out your rudder. This part is a little tedious. It's annoying, just kind of hunting it down, but it's not that bad. I literally learned how to do this today. I decided to film it just because nobody had anything. So then the last part that we have to do is get the rod holder set up. So rod holder has this little piece. That's a little guide for that rod. If not, that rod, every time you turn the handle, is gonna bounce back and forth all over the place. The trick for this thing is gonna be, here, go ahead and hold this for me. You're just gonna slide this piece a little bit out of the way. Get your rod holder somewhat in there. And once that rod holder is in there, I'm gonna take these again. Come on this side right here, Logan, look in this hole. I'm gonna take this pick, you can see it right there, and I'm gonna hook the rod. And as I pull my rod holder down, you can come over here, look in there, I know it's kind of dark. I can just basically pull up, boom, snapped it right into place, reset it, put your screws back on. Now, when you turn this, no more slop. If you look at the rudder, it is fully turning every single time. That's it.